the dead period, extended dead period from the NCAA has kind of alleviated a little bit of the stress from having to worry about getting guys out on the road, recruiting, and so on. So I've been able to focus most of my energy where it belongs, and if it's no disrespect, I'd rather stick to the questions regarding this game and our guys that have earned an opportunity to be here. So.
When you look at Alabama's defense, what do you see?
I see an extreme amount of depth. They are very big, very physical up front. You know, they've got defensive ends that are weighing in at 280, 290 pounds. They've got defensive tackles that are 320, 330 pounds. They've got linebackers that are 255, 260 pounds. So they're really big, really physical, very difficult to move. And they don't just have, you know, they're not. It's not just one group that's going. You know, they'll probably play 9 to 10 defensive linemen and 2 sets of linebackers. So they're very deep up front, and then good mix of speed and size in the back end.
Better than anybody you face?
Better is tough to gauge. They're different in terms of just the sheer size of their defensive line. It will be the biggest defensive line that will have played. Now, does that make them better? I don't know. That's for, you know, the result probably to decide, because they will have been so different from any other defense that we played.
Challenges for Cardell there?
Not a ton, you know, in terms of, I mean, the challenges come when they bring pressure, and the challenges come from reading coverages. I don't know that the size and depth of their front 6 or 7 is really anything he needs to concern himself with.
Kirby Smart sat earlier today, and, you know, obviously their game plan, we know coaches talk, but he just pretty much volunteered that several Big Ten coaches have been filling them in on you guys. Does that surprise you that your colleagues in the conference would share information, or does that happen all the time?
It happens. Yeah, does not surprise me. You know, we're in this thing to give our guys the best advantage we can to win, and whatever's within the rules, we're going to try to give them that advantage. And if, you know, somebody that's played us 2 or 3 times has a little nugget here or there that they can share with them, so be it. I mean, they still. Last time I checked, we were 24-0 against those Big Ten teams in 3 years. So in the regular season. So you know, doesn't bother me.
Has any SEC teams been helping you guys at all?
Well, you ask around. I don't know that you sit on the phone and game plan for hours at a time, or teleconference, or I don't know what Kirby and them did, and it's none of my business, to be honest with you. But yeah, you ask around. Hey, what hurt them? You know, you guys have played them 3 years. You know, friends. You're not just going to pick up the phone and cold call a guy at Tennessee that you'd never met and say, "Hey, this is Tom Herman at Ohio State. Tell me about Alabama." You know, you got buddies in the business that you call and catch up, wish Merry Christmas. Oh, and hey, by the way, you know, you guys scored 32 points against them 2 years ago. Anything you saw that Mike could help us? So yeah, I mean, it happens.
Tom, has Cardell, how has he kind of evolved just in the last few weeks, leadership-wise especially?
He's on the cover of 2 magazines, so I'm not sure that. I kind of liked it when he was the underdog. He's doing great, to be honest with you. I think the confidence that he showed in himself, the confidence that we had in him as a staff, and then for him to go out and put forth the performance that he did, really just reinforced that. So I don't know that he is, you know, just emerged as this leader. I mean, he's still Cardell, but you know, just the fact that the confidence, I guess, was put to the test, and he answered the test, and so I think the guys kind of now, it might have been a, hey, we've got his back because we're supposed to have his back, but now we have his back because we know. It's not a guessing game anymore.
Do you worry about overconfidence with him, maybe trying to play outside of what he's capable of in a game like this?
Yeah, I worried about that in the Big Ten championship game. Not maybe stemming from overconfidence, but stemming from my team's counting on me to, I'm the new guy, so I got to do more than what is asked of me, and so I get worried about that. Yeah, this week as well, but not due to overconfidence, but more so that he thinks that he's got to go out and win the game by himself, which he doesn't, and he showed that against Wisconsin, but he's just got to reinforce that with him.
Tom, you know the history of the game is good. Obviously, Alabama, Ohio State, Urban, and Salem, the two guys have done it better than anybody in the last 20 years. You have an appreciation, first college football playoff semifinal game, and these two teams in this. You have an appreciation kind of for what is coming this way on Thursday, in terms of the magnitude of the game and the programs and all that?
Yeah, I think on a peripheral level maybe, but again, as coaches, we get so tunnel visioned and locked into this singularity of purpose that you kind of lose sight of maybe all the things that all these cameras are here for and all you guys are here for. But maybe when it's over and you can kind of come up for air and take a deep breath, I think the enormity of it might sink in a little bit more. But I think you kind of know it, but you can't even think about anything other than your tunnel vision.
Does the layoff give Cardell an advantage in getting ready for Alabama, or does it give Alabama an advantage in getting ready for Georgia?
Yeah, I never knew what that meant in terms of defenses having to prepare for specific quarterbacks. I think defenses prepare for systems and plays and personnel groups and backfield sets and where the tight end lines up and what do they like to run on first down, what do they like to do on third and medium. They don't. Yeah, they say, okay, this is this guy's strengths, this is his weaknesses, maybe, but I don't know that you've formulated an entire game plan around that. So I'm excited for him because he has had an opportunity now to kind of spend some time as the starting quarterback at Ohio State and sink his teeth into preparing to win the game and working out some of the things that he needs to improve on, and got the rust shaken off of him pretty good in the Wisconsin game, and now it's his show, and it doesn't really have much to prove.
Coach, almost 4 weeks between the Big Ten championship and stuff. What do you expect to see in terms of these guys getting all kinds of pressure?
Yeah, well, probably the biggest thing that you try to combat so much in bowl games is ball security on offense. We got to take care of the football, whether it be, in terms of fumbles and interceptions. Ill-prepared teams get sloppy a little bit with ball security. On the other side, maybe a little bit with tackling, some conditioning. You haven't really played a full game in a month almost. So, as an offensive coach, the ball security really is the one that kind of worries me a little bit. The timing and all that stuff. I think you simulate all that stuff at full speed in practice, so I don't know that that's ever an issue. So we're really focused on ball security from an offensive standpoint.
Tom, Saban's defenses historically have been the best, or some of the best in all of college.
They're really good.
They are.
Yeah.
If there has been a style that has gotten to them in the last few years, though, it's been the style you guys play. Spread, tempo. Those are some great teams with Johnny Manziel, A&M teams. Certainly Auburn had some success with them. Can you take anything from that with your style and the successes those teams had?
Yeah, you try to. The A&M's a little bit different because they throw the ball so much more than us or Auburn. I think the one you look at is Auburn probably the most in terms of mixing the gun runs with tempo, and yeah, they had yards, and I know they beat them 2 years ago to go play for the national championship, but that last time I checked, that was a tie ball game with 1 second left or whatever it was, and so it wasn't, and they lost this year. So, yeah, they did some good things offensively, but at the end of the day, it's not like they found some secret formula that just blew these guys out. I mean, yeah, they had limited success, I guess, which is better than no success. So you try to take from it as much as you can.
How about Landon Collins? What you've seen from